So thank you for being here with me today, Dr. Mack. It has been a long time since I've seen you down here in Louisiana. I know you have moved, but I am honored to be able to share your story of your now what from your evolution, I would say, in public health and what has happened this year. So this vlog now what is really to highlight those bright spots, how people are turning lemons into lemonade, and you've actually turned it into oatmeal, which is funny. Ha, little joke. So tell me about what happened on February 14th regarding your career.
Yeah, so that's February 14th is the day that I got the letter from the Human Resources Department at the Department of Agriculture saying that my position, my permanent position, was no longer in the public's interest, and I was uh, relieved of my duties, I guess, at the end of the day that day, and as well as my pay and everything else.
And what
Uh,
was your position?
I was a social science analyst for the local and regional foods division. The work I was doing was very closely or very much a continuation of things I focused on during my dissertation, where I looked at the food system and how food systems organizations managed in Southeast or in South Louisiana during a poly crisis is what I called it of COVID-19 and Major Hurricane Ida, which was in the fall of 2021.
And you and I met when you were working in cancer control, correct? And I was in tobacco control. So we've been knowing each other for almost 20 years, just being in the Louisiana tobacco prevention and cancer world. And so you've also moved, right? Tell me a little bit where you moved and how that's going.
Sure. I moved to Asheville, North Carolina from New Orleans. It was on the list when I was job hunting after I got my doctorate and graduated. I had an order of places I was looking that included remote jobs, international jobs, staying in New Orleans or here in Asheville. And I had been looking to get, I've been in New Orleans for almost 20 years and
Mhm.
I've just been really craving the outdoors and hiking and waterfalls and streams and the mountains and wanting to live a place where the outdoors are more accessible. And so I finally made that move and my stuff was in the moving truck the day Hurricane Helene hit here. And so it's been an interesting year. I moved here in the direct aftermath of that storm and I have some writing about that on my Medium and LinkedIn profiles as well, but yeah.
hmm Well, you've moved from Louisiana, you've transitioned in your role, and you started Dr. Matt Superfoods, which your t-shirt again is awesome. And
Yes.
thank you again for the samples. This oatmeal has been really good for me for breakfast. And so tell me a little bit about your new brand, your new business.
Sure. For my years working on my dissertation and doing my doctorate and often working full time and having to complete a dissertation, which is a lot of work. I also was running at that time and I I needed a breakfast solution that helped me hit the ground running. And I also had a high cholesterol reading during that time. And I knew that oatmeal would help me manage my cholesterol. So I started eating oatmeal every single day. And that's kind of the confluence of all those things is what got me into making this. And I would make a big batch every Sunday night and eat it through all the way Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because I could just wake up in the morning and boom, I don't think about breakfast. I can put my running shoes on, I can run, and then I got my time in front of the computer where I can write and do what I need. And at the same time, it's also helping me manage my cholesterol and offering lots of great health benefits like fiber and sustained energy. I love flavor too, and and I'm just very passionate about flavor. Things need to taste good,
Mhm.
and so I'd contemplated for a couple of years in different and experiment a lot. So I think I could make and sell this. And so when I got notice of my termination, I thought, let's see what happens. Maybe I can do this, and so I did, and I moved pretty quick, and it took some months to actually perfect the recipes, in addition to, work on logos and packaging and ingredients and getting the nutritional facts label in and manufacturing process and all that. But I feel like I've got a really solid product and that tastes delicious, but is also really healthy. And and I eat it every day, and I love it. And I've been doing farmers markets and holiday markets with my product, and I'm at the point now where people are buying my product at the local co-op or another local grocery store and connecting the dots between like, oh, I actually just bought your product at the store. Are you
Mm,
Dr. Mac? And I'm like, I am actually. Please just call me Mac. But yes, it's a brand,
the
uh,
brand.
and I represent my brand and here, and it just feels really good to put a product out there into the world that is in fact healthy and all whole foods. There's no um, real like extracts or bonding agents or emulsifiers. Even the vanilla is a ground vanilla bean. It's an actual, everything in there is real food. So, and every ingredient is very deliberately chosen from the chia and flax seeds, which have omega 3s and omega 6s, among other things. And the pumpkin seeds, actually, I started putting those in because I had
I love.
my elder family members were telling me that as you're a man in your 40s and you need to start taking a supplement for your prostate health. And I so like, I started thinking, well, I don't know that I want to take a supplement quite yet.
Mm-hmm,
And so I
mm-hmm.
started looking into pumpkin seeds, and there's some evidence behind the nutrients they contain to support prostate health. And so every ingredient has a purpose beyond, the oatmeal. Every ingredient is really intentionally chosen and included.
I love the intention that you put in it. And when I saw the pumpkin seeds, I was surprised.
Hmm.
But like they're memorable. It's like when you eat, it's like, oh yes. And you can almost feel the intention. Like I know I'm eating something healthy. It's like an extra health benefit that's in there. Your story is so inspiring as far as you going, taking what you've been doing in public health and like creating a product. Like it's like very tangible and it's like it's something that the communities can see and use.
Mhm.
Um, and this is a question that I'm just thinking about now is what do you feel like is like the top thing you've learned or been able to take from your public health career to create this brand and this product? What would you say is like a top thing?
I would say it's goes into something we say all the time in public health. Make the healthy choice an easy choice.
Hmm.
And I feel like part of what I'm doing is changing the food environment for people. And by having a healthy product that's out there, because the progression of so many foods that start like the one I start is they start out small, and then as they grow and scale and get bought maybe by a large one of the large food companies, they substitute all the good stuff out to make the profit higher, and then they're not such a healthy food anymore.
Hmm.
And so there's always like some healthy foods on the shelf, but if they're successful, they end up getting scooped up and maybe not
Hmm.
don't remain as healthy.
Hmm.
And so the healthy choice, the easy choice, I think is the biggest one. And even to the point like even making it easy at the point of making breakfast in the morning. Like you literally dump one of these packages into a jar like this, pour milk into it, shake it up, put it in the fridge, grab and go in the morning. Um, it's just so easy, right? It's just yeah.
It's really easy. So are you committing not to sell when you become big? Like when your thing is like really high demand, are you not going to sell to a big company?
I hope I get that big. That would be really great. And I probably, my intent is likely in the long run to sell. But some founders are able to maintain influence and
Okay.
influence over the brand as it grows and as it continues in the product evolution cycle. So, Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm not there yet, so not even halfway there yet. The average consumer
That's
packaged good takes 3 to 5 years to even scale nationally, not even get to the point where it's able to be sold. So
well,
I,
I hope you can influence them keeping it intentional and healthy, like you
keeping it
started
healthy,
it.
yeah. All
Yeah,
the ingredients are organic and ethically sourced, and it's just really exploring each product, like sub varieties of cinnamon and cacao and all that stuff, has just been a whole learning adventure. I think the other thing that I haven't embarked on yet, which I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to do more of that this winter, is doing deep dives on all the ingredients themselves. I've started on oats a little bit, but I would like to do that deep dive on the clinical research on pumpkin seeds, on chia seeds, on flax seeds, and write blog posts about those. So
that'll be very educational for sure.
yeah.
What tips would you have for our public health colleagues watching today about their pivot or their now what, something inspirational for them to think about?
Oh, that's what. Can you rephrase that?
Yeah,
Or
and
can you can
any,
you can you can you ask that again? I just want to.
yeah, like any words of advice for our public health colleagues who are thinking about, pivoting within their career or starting something that's a passion project for them.
Yeah, I would say start it as a hobby while you keep your job. Don't quit your job. Um, and it's going to be more expensive than you anticipated, and it's going to take longer than you anticipated. You're not going to do it behind a desk. One of the things I encountered a new friend this week who's in the fourth year of creating a consumer packaged good that's
Hmm.
in a similar market niche as mine. And he has an MBA. He's been with the company for 4 years since their beginning, and he was out in the gym and cutting up little protein bar samples. So he's high up in the company, and he's out there in the gym cutting samples up. I'm out there at the farmer's market giving samples out. I'm out in the grocery store that my product is in, interacting with my customers. And so I would say the real where the rubber meets the road is where your customers are. And so you really have to be out there interacting directly with them because especially if you're in an industry where somebody has to take their hard-earned dollars out of their own pocket for a
Hmm.
product you're offering,
Hmm.
if it's not good, it's not personal, but you're going to go out of business.
Hmm.
So you need to be collecting feedback from the source and doing it regularly. So I
Gotcha.
learned I learn a lot from my customers.
Yeah. Sounds like community outreach that, you know, we talk a lot about in public health, doing that outreach and engagement.
It is, and I think one of the interesting things that I've contemplated is that old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, is an African proverb, and that we use so often in coalition work. But the feedback loops, when you have your own company and
Mhm.
your own product, can be very fast. You can just go home and revise your recipe. You can revise your process, your product, your packaging. Some of the public health work that I'm still engaged in, I still do some public health consulting. Some of the feedback loops are, they take 6 months to
Yeah.
get the evaluation, to get the survey, get the evaluation, to revise the work. It's a much slower moving dynamic. So
Yeah. When you're the founder, creator, implementer of your own company, you can do that
uh-huh.
immediate change,
Uh-huh.
right? Quality improvement. I know you're offering a special little discount for our viewers. You want to tell us about it?
Anyone who's listening and is one of your listeners or followers who would like to try, I'm offering a 10% discount with the code JMC at checkout. And and I ship all over the United States. I just sent some 12 packs out today. The products get less expensive as you buy more. So if you buy three, I think it's like 16.50. But if you buy, and they're a little over $5 each, and if you buy A dozen, they go down to $4.33 each. So it's a people like the combo pack offer because they're like, yeah, I don't have to eat like the same breakfast. I get the matcha, I get the cinnamon, I get the cacao. So which ones have you tried?
So I've tried the cacao and you sent me the pumpkin.
Oh, the pumpkin
Those are-
spice, the seasonal,
Yes,
yes. There's
they
not much
are
of that left.
delicious. Cacao is my favorite so far, though.
And did you add any nuts or fruits or anything
No,
yet?
I just ate
Okay.
it like that and I enjoyed it so much. So it was perfect.
And this is not a paid infomercial.
It is not paid.
Yeah.
It is so good. And I have my little jars, my little mason jars. I've been looking for a reason to use them, and now, like, I have it.
Yeah, I recycle salsa jars and jelly
Yeah.
jars and all that stuff.
Yep.
That's kind of
I have
my
my mason jars, and they work beautifully. How can the viewers contact you if they just want to talk with you or, reach you?
sure. My LinkedIn is a great spot. You can my website, drmaxsuperfoods.com. That's DRMAKS superfoods.com. There's a little chat feature there, and my email is macmak at drmaxsuperfoods. So uh,
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, well, I appreciate your time talking with me today. I know this story is going to be very inspirational for our colleagues, and I look forward to seeing all the success that you're going to have with Dr. Max Superfoods and all the other things you have going on.
thanks so much. Yeah, it was really a great opportunity to tell my story. You're the first person I've actually publicly talked to about the past year and my evolution personally and professionally into this new adventure that I've set out on. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks, Dr. Mack.